Welcome viewers to another fabulous episode of Unapologetically Free. Now today I am going to answer one of the viewers' questions as well as clarify the idea of relapsing. Now first off, thank you for the many questions that was sent in the past few days. I will take the next few days to reply most, if not hopefully all of them. Now, going straight into the question, what is the difference between Nofap and no porn? This is a question by Mr. LELE3000. Now, first off, Nofap is no porn. In fact, no pornography is one of the most basic levels of Nofap. In Nofap, there are three main things that we look out for. P, which stands for pornography. M, which stands for masturbation, or in this lingo, fapping, and O, which stands for orgasm. And the harder mode would include no pornography, no masturbation, and no orgasm. Now, pornography and fapping are related in the sense that someone who watches pornography tends very likely to fap. If you fap without watching pornography, you do not reap the physical benefits of semen retention when you orgasm. This is what I call the physical aspect of Nofap, where you do not release semen, the physical aspect of Nofap. On the other hand, if you watch pornography without fapping, you do not reap the mental benefits of brain healing, but you do practice semen retention. But what I realize is if you watch pornography without fapping, your chances of having nocturnal emission, wet dreams, where you have an erotic dream that will causes you also to lose semen, it is much more likely to happen if you watch pornography without reaching orgasm or without fapping itself. And therefore, the best combination for any man that truly and fully wants to make the best out of his life is when you do both. Because honestly, watching pornography will very likely lead to a relapse. Now, I got reminded scrolling through one of the comments on the question section, and I think one of them was asking, but what if you find that life has no meaning and you have no motivation to do Nofap? Then what should you do? Should you even do Nofap? And my answer is this: it is precisely your addiction to watching pornography over and over again that has caused your brain to be desensitized, that has caused your brain to feel like life no longer has much meaning. Just think back to your childhood. Most children wouldn't have the answer of whether or not life has a purpose, whether or not life has a meaning. But they are very curious about the things around their life. And I remember as a child, something very simple, something very minor would cause me to be excited, and I'll be so excited perhaps about sitting on a train, sitting on a plane itself, and it has to do with having a healthy brain. But nowadays, when your brain is so desensitized by pornography, by perhaps sugar addiction, by social media addiction, it gets number and number and number, to the point of depression for some, or to the point of depersonalization for some, where they no longer know who they are and what it means to be human. And this is so huge because in the past, listening to music would be enjoyable, just taking a walk in the park would be enjoyable. But after pornography and fapping was introduced into the equation, the only thing that satisfies now is an orgasm, is pornography. And this is how pornography is actually such a huge woe to society, but more importantly to you as an individual. It's like as if you are no longer a person because you are being sucked by this demon that just removes your life bit by bit. Now in French, an orgasm is called, in English, what we call little deaths. Little deaths. Because people of the past, ancient civilization, or perhaps not so ancient, but people from the past knew that in an orgasm, while there's a lot of pleasure involved, you also lose a lot of your nutrients. You lose a lot of your energy. You become tired. And if that particular orgasm is enough to create a baby, a newborn life, how much life force and how much nutrients do you think is in there that allows the humans to achieve such a feat? When you realize that, and you realize how you just treat each masturbation as a daily activity, as something to take lightly, you will realize how foolish it is, because you are literally giving your life force away. Now, next up, I'm going to talk about when relapse truly happens. Now, relapse means that you orgasm while watching pornography. Orgasm while watching pornography. That is to say that, frankly, if you just watch pornography without having an orgasm, you have not fully, truly relapsed in that sense, but you are on your way to relapsing. Now, two things happen when you relapse. Number one, you lose a lot of your stored semen, and number two is you release a lot of dopamine. You know, the pleasure that you experience during an orgasm, it is a flood load of dopamine as well as other chemicals that are released. And this is why relapse is so significant in the Nofap process, because this messes up the healing process that your brain needs to go through. Because when the flood load of dopamine is released, it tells your brain that even though you do not have that many dopamine receptors, it is okay because you have a lot of dopamine incoming, and therefore the desensitization of your brain continues, and you continue through your life numb and unexcited to do anything and almost everything. Everything becomes less exciting, everything becomes less fun. And I believe this is the reason why many men today tend to be chill, unmotivated, herbivores, because pornography has messed up our brains. Fapping has messed up our brains, and therefore a relapse from masturbation kills both physically, in the sense of not retaining your semen, as well as mentally, because the benefits that you get from your brain healing is now in the dust. It's now useless because you have relapsed. Now, of course, it doesn't mean you fully remove all benefits in one relapse session, but just take note that a lot of dopamine are released during a relapse, and it's so strong. It's like as if you are taking a drug. It is as strong as taking a drug. I said that this drug is the way God created human beings to be, and not the sense of watching pornography, but the sense of orgasm during sex with someone from the opposite gender. And that is so key. It does have its place. Have sex with someone from the opposite gender, in my own belief, only during marriage. But either case, if you do that with just yourself, with just your right hand or left hand and your dick, it is proven through anecdotes and even scientific experiences that a relapse is ridiculous for you. Not only that, many men, if not all men, will experience a chaser effect where you will feel an even stronger urge to relapse in the next few days, and this is what you call a vicious cycle. You relapse, you want to relapse more, and then you relapse and you want to relapse more and more and more until you come to a point of frustration, of depression, and you say enough is enough, and then you just quit cold turkey. For some people, it may take years. For some people who just decide from the start, I'm going to just quit Nofap and use the energy that I have to pursue whatever I want. For these people, they will succeed quick and they will succeed fast. But with all things, it will take time. Now, I hope this video, you will like it. If you do, like it, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you again.